Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Remember to use code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Place your money line, prop, or parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Iowa only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Swimsuit? Check. Sunscreen? Check. Phone charger? Check. Don't forget to pack the 5-Hour Energy. It fits great in a pocket or carry-on, and the alert feeling will help you arrive ready for anything. Now get 20% off when you use code 5HETRAVEL at 5hourenergy.com. Expires April 30th. One-time use only. Not valid with other discounts. Remember, visit 5hourenergy.com and use code 5HETRAVEL to save 20%.
Hey guys, welcome back to Three Terrible Gamers podcast. This is episode 86, and I'm here with Colin.
Hey guys.
Alright, got a little different setup. Temporary for now, so that's why it looks different, but we'll go ahead and jump into last week's topics. Nintendo Switch Online, SNES games for April.
Yeah, so I believe 2 of the 3 games were Japan exclusives back when they initially had came out, so there's only one that I believe America had at the time. But those games are Super R-Type, Amazing Evercade, and Wrecking Crew 98. All SNES classics. 2 subscribers. So I believe the SNES comes with the normal Nintendo Switch Online. You don't have to have the expansion for that.
Right.
I heard of Wrecking Crew 98, so I'm assuming it's the other 2 games that were Japan exclusives.
Yeah, I haven't heard of either of those, the Super R-Type or the Amazing Habergeek or whatever it is. I have no idea. But it sounds like it was a Japan exclusive, since I can't say the name.
Yeah, which I'm sure it's crossed somewhere in translation.
Yeah. Alright. Spyro Trilogy rumored for GamePass.
Yeah, so it was actually based on the new PC Microsoft Store listing. Obviously they acquired Activision Blizzard. We've talked about that, don't know how many times on this podcast.
Yeah.
But, so Microsoft made an inclusion of Spyro series in the Xbox Game Pass subscription. Will seem inevitable, but it's just, like I said, it was just like a little tiny leak that somebody had supposedly seen the way the PC Microsoft Store was laid out at the time and listed. That it was like, oh yeah, this is good potential, which we kind of figured would happen.
Eventually, anyway.
I mean, the fact that Toys for Bob is, going elsewhere, though, makes it seem like a thing, but still shouldn't be an issue that they would have with it, per se.
No, they still bought the rights to the game, so. Yeah, so the article just says Spyro Reignited Trilogy has been secretly added to the Microsoft Store, suggesting a possible inclusion in the Game Pass library for Xbox and PC in the near future. Popular industry watcher Kloberl has acknowledged this speculation and mentioned that Xbox achievements for the platform game are confirmed as well. Moreover, leaker IdleSloth84 tweeted that the highly popular Spyro game collection could drop on Game Pass as soon as April 16. And it's the 20th time recording, and it did not drop, so they were wrong.
Of course, we got all these topics like last week.
Yeah. So, IdleSloth84, you were wrong. It did not come out on the 16th. Well, you did say as soon as, so I guess you got 10 more days left in the month before technically you'd be completely wrong.
But I believe last week we covered Game Pass games with, so that's not on the list for the rest of the month anyways.
Right.
So it would be as soon as May at this point officially if we go off last week's, listings.
Yeah. All right. BAFTA results compared to the Game Awards. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I didn't know the British had their own Game Awards until you sent me this topic.
Makes sense, but at the same time, it's, why have two of the same thing when it's basically and then, the fact that, our Game Awards are at the end of the year, so it lets everything that has achieved throughout the year to be in it, so on and so forth.
Right.
And then British is like, nah, we're going to wait till it's already the next year.
Yeah.
Basically,
sense.
and, basically a quarter through. Yeah, no, we don't need to do this. It don't need to make sense like that. But, anyways, I can't quite remember all the Game Awards one, but I went through to all the BAFTA's stuff and hit all their things, which there's quite a few similarities, so at the same time, I do remember some of the stuff. So, animation, best animation got Hi-Fi Rush, achieved that. Artistic achievement was Alan Wake 2. Audio achievement, Alan Wake 2. Best game, Baldur's Gate 3.
Wrong.
I got snubbed again.
Yeah.
British game was Viewfinder, so I guess that is something they do of significance. So they actually have, British titles that get debuted or, mentioned more often than what they would over here in America.
Right.
Debut game was Vinba. Evolving game was Cyberpunk 2077, so I guess they still date back for quite a bit. Or a little bit anyways. Family game was Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Game Beyond Entertainment, Tachai?
Something like that.
Game Design, Dave the Diver. Multiplayer, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Music, Baldur's Gate 3. Can't really agree with that one either.
No.
Narrative, Baldur's Gate 3. That's I mean, it's a Dungeons and Dragons style game. I mean, obviously it has a narrative to it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
New intellectual property, Viewfinder. Performer in a leading role, Naji Jeter. Performing in a supporting role, Andrew Wincott. Technical achievement went to Tears of the Kingdom. And EE Players Choice, I don't know what EE stands for.
I'm not
but
sure.
Baldur's Gate 3. That's all the listing. So a lot of similar games made it to both the list and got roughly around the same achievements from what I remember.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom still got robbed, so no difference there. I'm not going to get into that right now. I've said all I need to say about it.
Got into it 5 months ago.
Yeah. We'll just move on, accept the laws, and move on.
Even the Brits think Border Gate's a better game. Apparently, titties win again.
I mean, I guess the British like tits too. I don't know.
Something about them.
Something about them. I like them too, but I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, it's a good game. If it comes between Tears of the Kingdom or titties, I mean, it's kind of hard to decide. All right, moving on to this week's topics. Game Boy Advance console can be used as a controller on PC now. Or
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah. I believe it's called the Bluetooth TX cart, but Modern Inside Gadgets has just produced a cartridge which allows you to control your Switch and other Bluetooth devices using the Game Boy Advance. So I guess it goes a little bit further than just Switch and PC as well, because
Pretty much anything with Bluetooth.
Granted, I mean, I don't think I would want to pay it on anything but Nintendo titles, but, that's still out of realm possibility. I'm sure some speedrunner out there like, oh yeah, I want to beat, Dark Souls with a Game Boy Advance controller. Or, console, but with controller, obviously using it.
Right.
But yeah, the Bluetooth TX cart basically makes your Game Boy Advance console behave as if it were an 8-bit 202 wireless controller, which means you can use it with your PC, tablet, smartphone as well.
Yep.
Which I would make doing on your phone would probably make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be playing Warzone with it with
No.
two buttons.
I'd say you're going to strictly use it for 2D games.
Yeah.
I mean, I would anyway.
Yeah. Especially since it's just A, B, and a control pad.
A D-pad, A-B, and L and R, and start and select. That's it.
Does it have an L? I don't remember I have an L and R.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe. I didn't realize it had an L and R, and that was literally my first console.
Yeah, it has L and R. So the only thing it's missing from like the Switch is X and Y, and then ZL and ZR.
Huh. I guess it has probably been about at least probably 15 years since I played it last. Or times of that, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember, because I remember you was able to, on Super Mario World, the remaster of the time from the SNES version, you could scroll on your map left and right on the thing by hitting the air. I remember now.
I think while you're in the game, I think L and R made him do like the jump twirl spin thing.
Maybe. Like the spin, like the pop jump, like spin.
The spin to like break some blocks underneath him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
It came back around to me now.
So yeah, basically, it's just a cartridge that you put into your Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP console, and it connects to your Switch, PC, whatever, through Bluetooth, and you can play games with it. So they tested it with Super Mario Bros. Wonder on the Switch, which would be a good controller to use for Super Mario Bros. Wonder because it's a 2D game.
Yeah.
Be good for emulation on PC too, for 2D titles, NES, SNES, Game Boy, stuff like that. Maybe even like Sega Genesis. Even though Sega Genesis has more buttons, you could probably get away with playing like Sonic with it.
Yeah. It's another 2D title.
Yeah. They said it. Good.
I don't know why it's spaced out on mine, but I had a little bit extra on it too. But it works with it's been confirmed that it works with the Delta emulator on the iPhones.
Okay. They said that it's going to be pretty pricey, so I don't know what their idea of pricey is. I wouldn't mind picking one up if it's under $200. Like, surely it's under $200, I would hope, but
You would think so.
yeah. But I mean, technically you still can use a Game Boy Advance as a controller on your PC right now, because if you have a GameCube adapter like I have for my PC, it's USB, plug it in, use it for Dolphin to play GameCube controller on Dolphin. But on the original GameCube, they had a cord where you could plug your Game Boy Advance SP into, or Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP into, and use it as a controller for the Game Boy player adapter, or connect it to your GameCube for other games and extras and crap. But anyway, if you use that cord and plug it into the adapter for the PC, you can use it as a controller then too. But I'm not sure if that works on the Switch. It might.
Does it still run off? If it is plugged in, does it still run off the AA batteries, I'm assuming, or does it overpower and be like a power source at that point?
It's been a while since I've used it. I think it still runs off of the batteries.
Because what I remember, I mean, yeah, at the time being younger and everything, it seemed like it lasted forever, but I can't imagine 2 AA batteries lasting very long on a Game Boy Advance, especially if it's running Bluetooth at that point.
Right. Well, and the SP, it has a rechargeable battery, yeah. So then you could plug it in and charge it while it's... If you're using an SP, if you're using an original Game Boy Advance, then you can't. Yeah. Unless they have mods, you can put a rechargeable battery in it. But
yeah. But you have to mod it again on top of that, probably.
Yeah. No, that's just a pretty cool thing people are doing with older systems.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, we'll move on. A new cheat code has been discovered after 25 years in Castlevania on the Nintendo 64.
Hold on, I'm switching back to my... reading off my phone real quick because my little thing decided to mess up on me. Hold on.
Okay.
Because it was blurring for whatever reason. Yeah, new cheat code discovered after 25 years on the Castlevania game on the N64. So, it was pretty much hidden in plain sight. Because it was the Konami code, but you had to do everything. It was up, down, down 4 times. Like each one, up, up 4 times, down 4 times.
Yeah.
Left 2 times, right 2 times, left 2 times, right 2 times, LRZ. While looking into the game's files, Moses discovered the code in the Liquid Cat, figured out what it actually does. And I don't know why I just called the guy Moses a second ago because it's like an I in there.
Moises?
Still, anyway, Moise has found more codes that it might have speedrun significance for the N64. It makes sense, that it would have speedrunning thing, since that's usually part of the thing is unlocking the characters, and I believe that's what it does.
Yeah, it's let's see, it unlocks Reinhardt, Carrie, and Henry as playable characters. So the way they found it wasn't by just randomly pressing the buttons. They found it in the game's code is the only reason they found it. But either way, I mean, pretty cool to see a cheat code being found 25 years later.
That's for sure. You don't hear that often.
No, and when you do, it's usually because people ran through the code, not because they just figured it out.
I mean, especially a Castlevania game, having a Konami code would make sense to an extent.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of games had the Konami code, even if they weren't made by Konami back then.
Mm-hmm. Like the end-all, be-all of all cheat codes.
Yeah.
I think Grand Theft Auto was like the only one that never messed with it. They had their own, specific cheat codes.
In my opinion, that's kind of a missed opportunity, because I'm sure people tried it, but I mean,
I could be wrong. They could have, could have had some significance on the older titles.
maybe. I mean,
But
not
no
that
more
I've
than likely.
heard of, but I've never tried it. So
Yeah. You think we started from Vice City all the way up?
yeah,
Maybe San Andreas, whichever one came
whichever
out
one
first.
came first. I'm thinking Vice City came out first.
I was just say, I want to think that you guys had Vice City first.
Yeah, I think it was Vice City, then San Andreas.
Welcome, love.
Because I think Vice City might have been 2002, and San Andreas might have been 2004. Could be wrong.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because you couldn't swim in Vice City, so it was an upgrade. In San Andreas, you could swim.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Remember to use code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Place your money line, prop, or parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Iowa only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Corient. Corient provides wealth management services centered around you. They focus on exceeding your expectations and simplifying your life. Corient has been helping high achievers just like you enjoy their lives more fully, preserve their wealth, and provide for the people, causes, and communities they care about. As one of the largest integrated fee-only registered investment advisors in the U.S., Corient has deeply experienced teams in 23 strategic locations. Corient has extensive knowledge spanning the full spectrum of planning, investing, lending, and money management disciplines. Leverage Corient's exclusive network of experts to craft custom solutions designed to help you reach your financial goals, no matter how complex they may be. Real wealth requires real solutions. For more information, connect with a wealth advisor today at Corient.com. That's Corient.com. Corient.com.
You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, excursions, and more in one place. There are over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from, so you can find something for everyone. And Viator offers free cancellation and 24/7 customer support for worry-free travel. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
October 29th, 2022, or 2002 for Vice City. And
So I got that year right.
2005. Oh, no, October 2004 for
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, and
So I
then
was right.
Windows and Xbox was 05.
So I was right on the
There's
years.
San Andreas.
Surprisingly enough, I remembered the years.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking 2002, 2004, but I was also thinking that might have switched up because Metroid Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance came out in 2002, and then Metroid Fusion came out in 2004. No, actually, those are switched. Metroid Fusion and then Metroid Zero Mission. Either way, 2002, 2004, I thought I might have been getting those years from that, but I was right.
But yeah, still missed opportunity on their ports. And like I said, from the cheat codes I do remember from those games, that was not, Konami code was not one of those.
Yeah, I
Don't know how they would have got with, along with, A, B, or any really letter outside of PlayStation in the first place. Because they're the console you had them on.
That's true, but I don't know. They could have figured it out.
It is Rockstar.
Yeah. All right. Nintendo is skipping Gamescom.
Yeah. Nintendo will not attend Gamescom in 2024. The event is scheduled to begin on August 21st in Cologne, Germany. The company has informed some media outlets that its decision to skip the largest gaming event comes after careful consideration, in air quotes.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be to the point to where they literally don't want anyone to know about the Switch 2 until they do it on their terms. And if they show up to, some sort of convention like that, people would expect something.
Yeah, and people were saying that the reason they're skipping is because the Switch 2 was delayed, but I think Nintendo would do it in their own direct anyway. Whether that be the June direct or the September direct, it has to be one of those two, I would think, if the system's coming out next year. So, probably more September. But I think the reason they're skipping out on it is because, too, they don't have a whole lot of games coming out for this year, because we don't know anything for the second half. And the only thing up to the first half left, but since Princess Peach Showtime came out, is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, and then Luigi's Mansion 2 remake, and then I think another one, I can't remember. But there's only like 3 games left that we know of for the first half of the year. Other than that, we have no idea what's coming out this year, so there might not be a whole lot. So their June Direct obviously will tell us what's coming out the second half of the year, and then I think the September Direct will announce the Switch 2. So I think Nintendo was going to maybe announce the Switch 2 at this Gamescom, but since it's been delayed, they're going to announce it in their own Direct in September. Is my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
If they don't announce it in September, I don't know when they would, because if they're wanting to come out next year, they didn't say early spring or later fall, whatever. They didn't say, but I would assume they're going to try to replicate the Switch release, maybe a March, April, spring time, and September would be the perfect time to announce that, to get pre-orders ready for holiday and release it in March.
It's a console, it's not like they would just shadow drop it.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, available today.
Yeah, they definitely let some hype build up from it. Let it sell during the holiday, even if it's just pre-orders, let it sell and release in March.
Yep. I would definitely be on a pre-order list.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Alright. Evercade introduces the new Giga Cart.
Yeah, the Giga Cart Evercade cartridge will have an retail value of £22.49 British pounds, which equals out to $24.99 US dollars and $24.99 euros. This means having more of these games in one cart will have a better value for you than breaking a game list down over multiple cartridges. This change does not affect the current cost of other Evercade cartridges and will remain at their $17-$20 price tags of the same value breakdowns. Giga Cart will work on all Evercade and Super Pocket devices.
So if you guys don't know who Evercade is, they've made several different things for retro gaming. They've made like flash carts for other systems to put like GBA, other ones to put your ROMs and stuff on, and then they've tried making their own retro systems to take their own cartridges. So they're just a big retro gaming company pretty much.
Yeah, I had no clue whenever you sent it to them, like, what in the world? I was like, oh, okay, it's a place where you can store extra storage. Basically, it's extra storage card to what I understood it to be.
Right. Yeah.
Would it work? I mean, since it's a cartridge, would it work with physical games per se? Or would it just work with digital games?
I don't know.
Because I know it's saved into the memory per se. Well, never mind. I'm thinking more in depth like Switch, but obviously it's not going to work on the Switch.
No.
Only on Evercade and Super Pocket devices.
Yeah.
I would always said that. I'm still like, oh yeah, maybe this. No.
Yeah.
I am terrible after all.
That's right. Yeah, so it only works on their own systems or Super Pocket. I'll skip this one because I want to get to the last one. No, I don't want to get to the last one. I want to get to the next one. Delta has approved, or Apple has approved Delta on iOS systems.
Makes sense. I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go ahead and talk about it.
Delta launched Wednesday, which time of recording or time of release, 6 days ago.
Yeah.
As one of the first officially approved iOS apps to emulate Nintendo consoles from the NES through the N64 and the Game Boy through Nintendo DS. Though unofficial options have snuck through in the past. Yeah. It's, we got approved. It's good that emulators are able to make a breakthrough somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, before Apple was completely against it, and in order to get an emulator on an iPhone, you had to either jailbreak it or sideload it with AltStore, which I have done. I've had Delta on my iPhone before from sideloading it, and I've also had Dolphin for iOS on my iPhone from sideloading it. But sideloading it sucks because it expires every 7 days and you have to renew it. So if you don't back up your saves and stuff and you forget about it, you lose them. Which sucks. But so this way, it's official. They had to because where the European fairs, whatever they're called, the CMA or whatever, they called out Apple for having too much control over their app store and stuff. They're also the ones that made Apple switch to USB-C. So Apple's not really happy about it, but they were forced to, and I know Nintendo's not happy about it. But I'm happy about it because finally, just if I want to play a Game Boy game real quick or NES game, I can play it on my phone. Now, Android's had access to emulators for several years, but see, about almost close to 2 weeks ago now, an unofficial version of this app released on the App Store, and it was somebody that just took the work from GBA for iOS, which is what Delta is based off of, and called it IGBA, had ads, so they're just trying to make money. Apple shut it down, and then this one released by the official developer. Riley tested it, and he's done a good job with it. So hopefully this allows other people to realize that Apple is a safe place to release their emulators and then not get shut down. So maybe we can get a Dolphin for iOS official release, PPSSPP, which is obviously a PSP emulator, maybe a PS2, and we can have pretty good library on iPhone for emulation because they're powerful enough to run pretty much any console that we can get an emulator for on it. So.
Oh yeah. Pretty much. Well, yeah, because still PS4 and the next generation of the Xbox One, PS4 are still hard to come by emulator wise.
Yeah, and even Xbox 360 and PS3 isn't available on like handheld devices, so only on PC those are available. So anything up to the 6th generation, GameCube, PS2, and Xbox
Can be ran on phone.
Yep.
That's still insane to think.
It is. I mean, people don't realize how powerful their phones, like modern day phones, are, but they're really, really powerful gaming devices if you use them that way.
I mean, yeah, granted, those consoles were from 20 years ago, but still.
Yeah, still, emulation takes a lot of power, so people just... It's hard to think that they are that powerful, but they are.
Sure.
Alright, that's all the time we have. We appreciate you guys for watching or listening. You can always watch us on YouTube and Twitch, and listen to us on every podcast platform pretty much out there. Join our Discord. Come hang out, talk with us. Follow all of our podcast socials, our Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everything. Buy our merch on Redbubble. Colin, do you have anything?
I think that's it.
Alright, we appreciate you guys for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Later, guys.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Remember to use code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Place your money line, prop, or parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Iowa only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
If you've struggled for years to lose weight and have given up hope, did you know you can now access GLP-1 prescription medications at TryLifeMD.com? We're now offering eligible patients online access to GLP-1s, the breakthrough prescription medication that can help you lose body fat and weight. Listen to what people are saying.
It's fun to put on jeans that you couldn't get into 6 months ago.
Every morning, I look forward to getting on the scale. For anybody who's struggling with their weight, it's a godsend.
And here's the best part. Your insurance may cover 100% of the cost of your medication. So go to TryLifeMD.com to have your eligibility checked right now. Get started today at TryLifeMD.com. That's TryLifeMD.com.